Book actually, this book is called Threads of Destiny, and I say it is in the hands of the master weaver. Why did I write this book? It's because after going through many different kind of things in my life, some very painful, traumatic, and also good things that God has done, I realized that in the journey of life, God is like God working, like the weaver works through a basket or doing something with the threads. And I realized that from down here, we see the mess of our lives, we see the failures, we see the pains, but from above, the master sees the beauty of what he's making out of us. And through my life, I decided it is good to be able to share my story, because as somebody said, every life is a story if we care enough to listen. And so I wrote this book to just be able to bring hope to somebody who may be feeling hopeless, to bring, restoration where there is desperation, and to tell you that God gives a second chance in life, but you must be willing to take that chance. And so I welcome you to order a copy of this book. It is only 1,000 shillings, and or $10 for those who are outside of the country. You can order through the number on the screen, and we'll be able to get you a copy of this book. God bless you as you read it. Give it to somebody else, and I know they will be helped. Amen.
Welcome once again to Kingdom Business Network. We are very much glad to come into your space this day, and we know that you are going to be of help to us in one way, listening to us and engaging with us, because we want to create a partnership between us and you in your area of business. You who is seeking to get started in business, you want to create a partnership whereby we get into this conversation on how we can actually better our lives, better our businesses together. So at Kingdom Business Network, we want you to become a partner even with this station, so that you can be helped and we can also be helped by that partnership. And today we want to discuss about digital marketing decoded, where we want to discuss about smart marketing moves for making maximum impact. So it's all about digital. Ulimwengu umeingia digital, and we want you to be part of this digital revolution. If you're already in it, I believe the speaker today has got a lot of insights that is going to assist you in terms of how you can get your digital knowledge to the next level, and even how you can implement some wonderful ideas. And to help us unpack that is a guest who was here last time. His name is Ndege. He's an expert in the area of digital marketing. And welcome very much, Lewis. How have you been?
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
I've been nice.
You can introduce yourself to the viewer, let them know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our viewers, thank you so much for onboarding. My name once again is Lewis Ndege, your digital coach from Certitude Digital Training Center. And I'm so happy to be back here so that we can continue to disintegrate this particular conversation about digital marketing, or else the smart moves that are going to help us in the current business world. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome very much, Lewis. And also today is my co-host, Victoriana. You can introduce yourself to the viewer.
Thank you, Dr. Mungai, and to Lewis. Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have you back on board. To our viewers, as you've heard, my name is Victoriana Alwang'a, and thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, remember to share with your friends so that they can continue getting more and more insights. And today we are talking about digital marketing. And I'm sure, like me, most of you might be wondering, is it just about social media, or are there any other platforms where we can be able to put our businesses out there? So this is the place to be today. Stay tuned, keep it locked, keep sending in your questions, and they're going to be answered as we continue with the show. Thank you.
Once again, you can partner with us by simply just subscribing to the YouTube channel. That will really help us in terms of spreading this message across to like-minded people, whereby we're able to get the word around. So in case you want to be part and parcel, only ask you, just subscribe, like, and share. And that for now will be great. Welcome, Lewis.
Thank you so much.
Let's start by introducing what digital marketing is, for the sake of the person who didn't listen to you last time.
Yes.
And you differentiate that from traditional marketing.
Okay. Basically, digital marketing is where we use digital platforms. For instance, social media platforms. We also have websites. We also have what we call search engine optimization, for the essence of just interactions and engaging your clients today. In retrospect, traditional marketing is where we used to use now the other traditional means of communication to engage and to reach our clients, and also to introduce our products to them. Majorly what we used to call print media, billboards, newspapers and such. Today you see even them that are referred to as traditional media or else traditional forms of marketing are also integrating or else adopting digital means to also be versed in this particular conversation. So basically, digital marketing is that art of allowing your business to start now engaging, transacting, operating within the digital space.
Now, when you look at digital marketing, there are lots of people who are online today.
Yes.
There's a lot of what you can call noise.
Yes.
So how do you differentiate yourself? Because you don't just want to also be in the digital space and everybody's already there.
Yes.
You need to be different.
You need to be different. One, whatever we call noise is actually so good. It is one of whatever elements that catalyzes digital marketing in the digital era. Because if you observe, one of the many approaches of enhancing your digital marketing solutions is tapping into whatever we are calling noise. In other terms, we call it trends. You see? Like if we have something trending today and I have a product that I want to sell, the easiest way, because it also helps to enhance what we call search engine optimization. So if there is a current noise or a trend that is ongoing, now utilizing that particular tool as a tool of advantage will help you enhance your digital marketing strategies and also the solutions. So the noise, in one way or the other, it is a lubricant that is helping now digital marketing solutions from social media to websites and everything to leverage more on the space. So according to me, the noise is good, but also it's so easy to be consumed. As a business, it's also very easy for you to be consumed into the noise. And we usually say, being the loudest doesn't mean you are converting them more. Because one, the reason as to why we are doing digital marketing is, one, to what we call, to achieve what we call lead generation, to get more leads. And it is from these particular leads that now through whatever we call a sales funnel, you're going to translate them into customers. But if you are swallowed now into the noise, you forget the business part of leveraging on the noise, and you find yourself also part of the trend, which may not necessarily translate to sales, which is the most important thing when we talk about digital marketing.
So in digital marketing, do we have some media or channels which are more effective than others, and which ones are they? Now that do you get into them?
If you observe the current market or else the current digital market, you may be tricked to think like that platforms like TikTok and Instagram are better than other platforms. This might take about the same. We have different strategies for different businesses. And digital marketing, let us correct this one first. Digital marketing is not particularly for business people. Everybody, from the farmer in the village, from the teacher in class, from now the business person in the market, to the president and to the politician, every person needs to leverage on digital marketing. So you realize, based on your space, your position and your capacity, or generally your interactions with the market, some tools will be of more advantage compared to others. Let's take it as an example. If you are a medic, and maybe you have you offer your own health services, you offer services. Yeah. The easiest way for you to present yourself is as a profession more than a business, because people will buy the professional aspect of you. And you realize now, in such a dimension, platforms like LinkedIn will work wonders compared to others like TikTok, because we perceive LinkedIn is more professional. TikTok, that is where we have a lot of baggage and the noise we were referring to. It's very difficult to get that noise now on LinkedIn. So different tools assist us in different ways, and they are tools of advantage to different people and different businesses based on how you want to utilize them. Yes, sir.
So can you give us some examples of brands
yes,
that have effectively utilized social media or digital marketing and build strong brands, and which ones are they?
Actually, Kenya is, I would call it the hub of digital marketing in Africa, because most of the brands that are seen today, I would attribute their effectiveness in terms of brand positioning and visibility to digital solutions. Let's take an example of our very own, a lady I talked about during our last conversation. She sells spare parts, phone spare parts. Her business is called Dama Mobile Spares. Okay. Her name is Dama. Okay. And if you take her as a case study and do your analysis very well, you realize that as much as she has also leveraged more on traditional forms of marketing, like billboards, what we call reflectors for border guys and such, her online presence is everything. If you realize, like a while back, I think 3 years ago, there is a mall, what we call China Mall. The time it was being introduced to Kenya,
China Square.
The China Square, yes. The time it was being introduced to Kenya, billboards alone and maybe appearing in newspapers and such wouldn't have created. They actually started by creating a commotion. That is what we call a digital campaign. Digital campaigns may be positive or even negative. We'll get to that. But whatever they did to capture their popularity within the Kenyan market was the digital space. So now those are businesses. Come to consider brands, because we say digital marketing is not just for businesses. It is for anyone who want to build a brand online. Let's take an example of the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. His popularity currently has been magnified the more by whatever we are recently calling the Wamunyoro regime. Everybody wants to go where we have that tag Wamunyoro. I love Wamunyoro, get a photo and post online. In such a scenario, we are creating a campaign. The more something is appearing to your eyes, the more it appeals to you. In marketing, usually say for a person to buy something or to be convinced that something is good, they need to consistently see it and love it 7 times.
7
times.
Okay.
So you see, achieving that just as an individual, maybe you set up your billboard. By the time I see it the first time, I see it again the second time, because there is that, we call it the red car theory. If today you imagine, and I haven't seen a red car, then you start to be keen. Many of the cars today you are going to see on Thika Road will be red cars.
Okay.
So that is the exact theory that we utilize in the digital space. So I would say we have so many brands that have leveraged on digital space, and they have become who they are today, myself included.
Yourself included.
Yes.
Now, a lot of these people, and some of the ones you mentioned, let me not quote the person,
Yes.
are very controversial.
Yes.
It's like the negative news also help them.
Yes.
Also, it's still in the same thread. You find a lot of influencers
Yes.
or people who are very successful online.
Yes.
But they are very controversial in terms of, some of them have had either, okay, let me not get too specific, but you get what
I understand you.
and they live a larger than life
Yes.
kind of a living.
Yeah.
What's the connection?
Basically, that's what we call cloud chasing. And cloud chasing is, it works for them that adopt the approach. One, when we talk about cloud chasing, we usually say either positive or negative publicity is publicity. So we have different brands, and whatever values they uphold. You realize, like, let's use Certitude Digital Training Center. That is an institution where integrity is one of the things that we uphold. So you may realize that for such a setup, we may not easily ride on negative publicity. But come to politics. Already, the perception with everyone is that politics is a dirty game. So where is the loss if I ride on negative publicity, which is swifter in moving?
The news goes viral very fast.
It goes viral very fast, because if today I'm talking about something very good, leveraging on digital marketing for our businesses today, the chances of that video going viral are very low. But if I say how I made 1 million within one day, through digital marketing,
it might not be true.
It might not be
but
true.
It is sweet.
It is sweet. That thing will be very viral. People will start following me so that they can get now the concept of earning 1 million within one day. Because that's the generation we have today. We are an information feeding generation, and we are easily intrigued by what is sweet to our ears. We are in a generation where the truth is not so much embraced, like what is trending. Like, you see, the other day we had something very funny, and the president was addressing the nation. I don't remember where, and a guy threw a shoe to him. Now, so many businesses made business out of that particular notion. You see, are you playing your shoe game? All shops za kuuza viatu, that time they were making very good content online. Why? Because there is something that is trending that is to their advantage, which is not specifically a positive thing. So you see, based on the nature of your business, you get to decide if negative publicity will work for you, then so be it.
Now, looking at it from the other end,
Yes.
Whereby people who are engaging in digital marketing,
Yes.
or social media,
Yes.
they are selling a product, but on the other side, they're also exhibiting a lavish lifestyle.
A lavish lifestyle.
Whereby we don't know whether they own those cars and the big houses and the
Yes.
aircrafts and all that, but they post and take pictures with that.
Yes.
And that has helped them sell whatever they want to sell.
Yes.
So whether they are selling forex, or they're selling land, or whatever they are, the other life,
Yes.
which appears successful and lavish,
Yes.
is that like pulling people. What's your take on that?
Some of these people are projects. Most of them are companies and big people's projects. Why? So because for me, I want to be a person of integrity. But there is this particular, let's use, I want to have a betting farm. I don't want my image to be appearing there as I market the betting company. So what do? I get somebody who is not afraid of tarnishing their reputation, because their reputation, they have already allowed it to be how it is. And those people, one, they have already gained a very big followership, because they do what we call a lifestyle documentaries and such. So we want to see what are they doing the next time. Like there is one recently has shaved his head, basically because a team he was supporting lost the game, and because he had promised his followers that is what he's going to do. Now everybody was in his inbox confirming whether they have shaved their head. And such things are things that make Kenyans happy. Not actually Kenyans, but people happy in the online space. So now that person has presented themselves as a personality, because if I promise you people that I'm going to do this, that I'm going to marry this particular person, then I do that. I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3, then I do that. Then people want to keep up with the same. Now the disadvantage, there are people who think that is their true lives.
True lives, yes.
And now, especially young people, having sleepless nights, trying to be like them, which specifically may not be, not unless they also give their lives to that kind of a
So
lifestyle.
they're simply just acting a script.
Yes, acting a script.
Okay, Victoriana, what's your
Yes.
take on all this, and what questions do you have so far?
Yeah, so you've given these many examples. You've talked about the lady with the mobile spares.
Yes.
You've also talked about these brands and influencers.
Yes.
And so I'm just wondering, is it about the trends or the likes or the views? Is that what determines that you're successful in the digital space, or what exactly measures success in digital marketing?
That is a wonderful question, because many people actually confuse digital marketing for whatever you've just explained. The likes, the trending, the shares and such.
Yeah.
Because digital marketing is a skill and a profession at the same time. There are people who are digital marketers by profession. And digital marketing, one, there is the place of strategy. There is the place of strategy. So you realize that it is not just about creating content and sharing and maybe pushing through paid ads and such. There is a strategy, a strategy that one will help you gain organic community. You see,
Yeah.
because whatever happens in the digital space, people gain what we call dominion. So you create your own community, that community will be promoting you.
Yeah.
Then your work is to keep on adding to that particular community. So it is not possible, it is actually not practically possible to thrive in digital marketing without the place of strategy. That is why I usually recommend, even if you don't have time to learn the digital marketing skills and everything therein,
Yeah.
get a good digital marketer, because these people are going to create what we call marketing campaigns for you, marketing strategies, specifically digital marketing strategies. And these are the people who bring the conversation of content calendars, you see,
Yeah.
because businesses, there is how you want, there's what we call a brand. And your brand, there's how you define it. And there's how you want it to appear to people. So you have that responsibility of ensuring that that is particular the thing that you shape out there, as you also push for brand visibility. So these values, who are the people who are going to make sure that they are upheld? Who are the people that are going to make sure that the correct message, because there is also a place of misrepresentation, and it happens a lot in the online space, especially when you are doing digital marketing from a place of just doing it, just social media. I'm good at social media. So you post randomly and such. So to avoid misinformation, misrepresentation in the online space, it is always advisable, if yourself is not going to learn the digital marketing skills so that you can come up with good strategies that are going to help you sway within the digital space, get yourself a professional. And the good thing, most digital marketers, or whoever we call social media marketers and managers, they are not people you want to hire on a full-time basis. These people actually, they embrace, because the current generation is embracing a culture we are calling a work-life culture. So they don't want to be tied. I'm a social media manager and I can be running 10 companies simultaneously. You see. So get yourself one. They are very affordable and they are doing something excellent. You see. Yeah.
Okay, so you've talked about strategies. You've given us the content calendar. You've talked about having the digital marketer outsourcing one.
Yes.
Maybe can you go in detail into some of these other strategies that can bring success for you in the digital marketing space?
One, when we talk about strategy, there is a culture I promote so much, and it's a culture of continuous learning. Because what I usually say is whatever is working today may not particularly work for you tomorrow. So what is going to bring that distinction tomorrow is whatever you allowed yourself to be exposed to today, between now and then. You see. So when we talk about strategy, there is a place of continuous learning. Number two, adaptability. Because new technologies, now that we are talking about the digital space, we have new technologies, new techniques each and every day. We are talking of an ever-evolving world. So for you to be, to make sure that you are survey within the digital marketing landscape, and for you to have the very best of strategies, you must
be adaptable,
to change and whatever is coming. Number three, you must also well define your goals and objectives as a business, because some strategies may not particularly meet your goals. That is why we highly discredit the place of copy pasting, because the strategies that may be working for my business may not particularly work for your business. So you need to understand and well define your goals and objectives, so that those goals and objectives are going now to define or to define the strategies that you're going to incorporate. You see. The other one is the place of collaborations and partnerships. When we talk about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the last one, number 17, is what we call partnerships for goals. I usually recommend that some of these solutions, some of these things that you want to achieve may not be particularly achievable through your pocket. Some of them you may achieve them in a bigger way through just a simple act of partnership and collaborations. You see, we have whatever we call, okay, let me give you a case scenario. I am a digital coach. So I pursue opportunities to discuss youth empowerment matters to do with digitalization, digital literacy campaigns and such. I have, let's say, you, Victoriana, who is championing, let's say, matters to do with health. You see. So what if we create this particular, let's say, a webinar, where our mutual goal is to impact the youth. So through my expertise, I'll come through in that impacting program in the digital literacy dimension. Then you also come in the mental health advocacy direction. So you've seen whatever I would have wanted to do alone, we have done it together and we have achieved bigger results. It's what we call exponential growth when people come together. So among many other strategies, partnerships and collaborations are key, and they are actually helping so much even in achieving a good return on investment, because they are cutting costs in a very big way. Yes.
Thank you very much, Lewis, for that insightful discussion.
Thank you so
For
much.
the viewer, we want to take a very short break, 2 minutes actually. And as we do that, we want you to send your questions to us on the numbers right now on your screen. Please send the questions now because Lewis will take your questions. Remember, we're here because of you. We don't want to just talk. We want to hear what you have in mind, what you want to ask Lewis, and in the way you'd want to ask it, and we want to know which way can he help you. As we do that, take the break. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share, and comment, and you'll really push this program to many other people. Thank you very much.
The world is going digital. Are you ready? At Certitude Digital Training Center, we equip young minds with real digital skills like content creation, digital marketing, graphics, web design, and many more, both in person and virtually. Whether you are a student, hustler, or a dreamer, it is your time to rise. Certitude Digital Training Center, where digital champions are made. Visit www.certitudedigital.org or call us on 011 2222 999. We are located at Wetavia, Juja, 2 kilometers opposite Mangu High School.
Faith Today TV is here to make your brand outstanding. Worry not on where to advertise your business or your product. Call us on 0114 777 000 or email us on info@faithtodaytv.co.ke.
Hello there, my name is Enoch. Taking care of your health should be a top priority. Looking at the various engagements that we have today, it is so easy to forget about our health, mental well-being. That is why we introduce to you the Healthy You Talk Show, a brand new show that is going to address matters concerning your health, nutrition, stress management, mental health, name it. We bring to you a wide range of experts who are going to be touching pertinent issues concerning our health. Tune in every Tuesday at 10 a.m. live on Faith Today TV.
Thank you once again for engaging with us in Kingdom Business Network. We've been discussing about digital marketing with Lewis Ndege. And Lewis, before we took the break, we had a very insightful discussion.
Yes, sir.
Victoriana was asking some questions. What other questions do you have?
Yeah, you've given us the strategies when it comes to now diving into the digital marketing space, but maybe just to take us back.
Yes.
I have a business, or maybe it's a brand. Now I want to get into the digital marketing space. How do I get started? How do I choose the platform? What do I consider before I start? So maybe you can just walk us through.
Wow, thank you so much, because I believe that is a question many people would want to hear about. And how to get started. According to me, digital marketing is not just about the tools or the platforms. Platforms are just one among the many tools that we are going to use as much as digital marketing is concerned.
Yeah.
Actually, you can have the best of the tools without a good strategy. It will be nothing.
Yeah.
You can have the best of the teams without a good strategy. It will also be nothing. So the very first thing to do is to set your goals straight. Set your objectives straight. What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? So that each and every day, every step, every engagement that you make at the end of the day, you'll be doing an analysis and ask yourself, have I achieved what I intended to achieve? So the very first thing, set your objectives straight. Number 2 is what we call understanding the market, or else understanding your audience. Get to know who are these people that I'm targeting, because we usually say in marketing that not everybody is your client. So don't just chase the wind and hope that whoever is yours is going to fall to your trap. So make sure that you have whatever we call a focused group. You specifically define who are these particular people that I'm targeting. Then if, let's say for instance, I am a caregiving institution.
Yes.
So the people I'm targeting are the elderly. But you realize there are people who we call decision makers. Mostly when we are talking about the elderly, the decision makers are their children. So if a person ashafika the age ya kukua elderly, their children who presumably will be the decision makers, most of them are in midlife age.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
So if, for instance, that is currently the elderly, their children are people within around 40 years, there and about. So those are people, getting them easily, you need platforms like Facebook. Those are the people who are the founders of Facebook when it was being adopted in our country. You see. So get to understand your target audience. Then that will also inspire so much of the strategies that you're going to lay down. Number 3 now is borrowing from what I had previously said about embracing a culture of continuous learning. You need to understand that what you know is very literal. That is what I tell myself each and every day, so that I can keep myself motivated to pursue more knowledge, which will keep me ahead. So what you know is very literal. So the very first thing is to do a good study. You see, because I said it's not just about social media platforms. It is from strategies, from how to the goals, from the target audience, to even now the platforms to use and the channels of getting to reach your clients or getting the message home. How to build content, like so many people lag behind because of quality of content. You're saying, I don't have a good phone, I'm not a video person, I don't want to do content and such, you see.
Yeah.
So the very first thing to do, get to identify all that and learn the best practices. Today we are living in an information generation where information is just at your disposal. From YouTube to even now AI, you can get to access any kind of information, leverage on all those platforms. You see. Now after that, get everything together. Now you may not be able to achieve everything, so maybe you've identified, according to my target audience and my objectives, Facebook and Instagram are the best platforms for me to use. So take your time to understand how Facebook operates, which is very different from how Instagram operates. So patently, you'll realize that from my conversation, the major thing for you to thrive in the digital marketing space is learning. Because I may want to disseminate a lot of information, but my time may be very limited. But for you to thrive, the very best thing, because that information is available to you, pursue, seek to get that information. Set your Facebook, set your Instagram, and also if you're adopting TikTok, do the same. Then you realize now when we come to content, different content thrive differently in different platforms. So get to understand, again, the place of learning, which content is more consumable on Facebook, which content goes better on TikTok, which is content that is consumable more on Instagram. Then you'll be, even now your strategies will be more informed. You see.
Yes.
Now, when we come to the place of content, I usually advocate for the biggest thing. Now, this is not even for digital business. It is for everything. The biggest step is that very first step. Begin where you are. We usually say resources will never be enough. That is why we borrow the concept of utilizing the available resources. The big question is, what do you have. If we even borrow from the Bible, God had a tendency of asking people, what do you have?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So whatever you have is already enough to set you going. So if it's doing content, you have your phone. It doesn't have to be an iPhone or a Samsung. You don't have to have 100,000 plus gadget for you to get good content. Begin where you are. If you are diligent, Bible says that whoever is faithful with a little, more will be given to them. Thank you.
Wonderful. Let's take some questions from the viewers, and in case you've not sent your question, please do it now, because now, Lewis, is the time to hear what the viewers
Yes.
are asking. Number one, Davis says, hello and good morning. How can I measure the success of my digital marketing campaigns?
Wow. Thank you so much, David. And that's a very good question. There's what we call analytics. Analytics. Like just to give a very basic and practical example, when you go to your Facebook or your Instagram platform, there is a space there they call insights. They call insights. Make sure you are an avid user of that particular platform called insights, because that will be guiding you, telling you how are people engaging with my content, how many people am I reaching, so that you'll be able to see you are not just posting, but there's you have targets. Yesterday, this particular content reached 100 people. If it's a video, the insights tell you how many people watched past the third second. Then you realize if it's only 1% and maybe the video has been watched by 1,000 people, then you realize that so many people didn't get past the third second. So you'll get now to sit down and ask yourself, why are people not consuming my content? Then you realize that there is a power we call the power of the first 3 seconds that calls people to attention. Actually, I recently I found myself watching an ad. You know, the ads that we usually wait so that you can skip.
Yes.
The other day I found myself watching an ad for more than 1 minute. Why? Because of the concept behind it. How the ad had been created. It was so engaging and lively. So it was not just an ad to tell me buy my product. There was a story behind it, and that's another whole concept we call brand storytelling. I think that will be for another day.
Now, Tony is asking, morning, what's the best platform for promoting a product online in 2025?
In 2020.
Not 2023.
I love that specific question. Currently, we are talking of TikTok because TikTok, one, its algorithm is easier compared to all other platforms. And reaching a bigger audience is easier because it's more noisy compared to all other platforms.
We have a lot of young people.
And it has a lot of young people.
Those are the ones you're targeting.
Yes, they are there. But still emphasizing on assess the nature of your business. Not every business will do well on TikTok. Some will do well on YouTube.
Okay.
Some, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bonnie in Kiambu, we hear you loud and clear. The question is, hi, what's the most common mistake businesses make when it comes to digital marketing?
Wow, that is a very good question from Bonnie. The biggest mistake, I think we have addressed that before, is assuming that recently we were complaining online that the digital space has made business owners content creators, and everybody is now assuming for me to sell I have to become a content creator. But all things held constant. Strategy, I overly emphasize on that. When you ignore the place of strategy, nothing will move. So the biggest mistake that business people do when it comes to digital marketing is when they negate the place of strategy. Yes.
Okay. Now, there's another question here. What are some creative ways to build a loyal online community?
That is about now organic. You see, people have money out here. And today you can buy even followers. Like on Facebook, you can pay for an ad with the intentions of getting more followers. You see. But there is what we call organic followers, an organic community. People who they might not be so many, but you directly resonate with them. That is the most important thing. Those are the people who help you grow. You see, we usually say whatever comes fast also goes very fast. So if you take your time to build an organic community, and an organic community, it's very easy to do that because you just need to engage people like they are people, not robots. You see, like today, let's say there is something that happened maybe over the night. There are very heavy rains from where I come from. So if today in the morning I come and post on my socials, how are you experiencing your morning? Are you experiencing heavy rains like where I'm at the moment? You see, that is an opportunity for people to also engage and say, where I'm coming from, there is actually no rain. You see. So that is just a bare example of explaining to us how we build organic communities.
Okay, so it should be organic.
It should be organic.
Not just bought or paid for.
Or paid for.
Okay. Morning team, I'm Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline, for sending the question. Is it worth starting a blog in 2025?
It is more than worth it. Because a very significant conversation about digital marketing is what we call content creation. And people have a very wrong perception about content creation. People think content creation is about making entertainment videos. But content, we have written content, we have audiovisual content, we also have visual content. You see, now when we talk about written content, remember when we were having a conversation last time, we were talking about written content, whatever we call content writing, copywriting and such. And when we talk about programs like search engine optimization, they are highly endorsed by written content because that is where you'll be able to do what we call backlinking, hyperlinks, keywords and such. So today doing a blog, as much as we are saying people are more appealed to videos, we also have a very big group of people who love to read. And if your type of reading is intriguing enough, people will read and resonate with you. Yes.
But now reading is becoming challenging with the rise of AI.
Yes.
And you have ChatGPT whereby you can actually ask a question on exactly what you want to know.
Yes.
So why should you go to the blog or ChatGPT and
Yes.
hapo?
Actually, ChatGPT iko mbele, but coming back to whatever we called organic, there are things even ChatGPT will not particularly resonate with you. Like where I come from, there is a road that has so many potholes. So if I'm doing a blog to that particular people from that particular area, and I'm addressing the issues affecting them directly, ChatGPT may not have such information.
Okay.
So the blogs, we can't negate their place.
Okay. Now someone is asking, can you share tips on repurposing content for multiple platforms?
Very nice. I remember we were saying that different content is consumed differently on different platforms. And because it's also very difficult to build content, especially the videos and such. Like you realize, myself, I'm a good writer. I love to write. But with my writing techniques, I may not go very well on TikTok, because TikTok is a video platform. So repurposing your content for different platforms is a vital element in your business. And how I advocate it, make it simple. Make it simple, because the more complex you make it, the more difficult it will be to achieve the most important thing, what we call consistency. So if you achieve simplicity, it will be so easy for you to carry on. It will be sustainable. And in the long run, you'll achieve consistency, because we usually say digital marketing, It's not digital marketing if it's a hit and run thing. Even if you have a very hot message or content, but you just do it once, then you disappear, that is not digital marketing. So the most important thing is consistency. So for you to achieve consistency and also be relevant in all platforms, ensure simplicity. That will go a long way.
And you're able to carry your message across the various platforms.
Across the various platforms.
Okay. Chelagat is asking, is it possible to go viral intentionally, or is it just luck?
It is possible,
Yeah.
but it demands a lot of learning. There's what we call digital campaigns. How politics are run, it is barely by that.
Okay.
They are digital campaign experts.
Okay.
Those people who know how to optimize social media platforms. And you like recently there's one, I don't know whether many people have realized, but whenever you have a hit song or you want to make your song a hit song, what you do is make sure you get so many people do TikTok challenges, dancing to your song. That is currently the easiest way of making your song a hit song. So you can actually make your content viral intentionally, not by luck, but it demands a lot of learning and creativity.
Okay.
Yes.
Esther in Githurai. Good morning, KBN. Can you share tips for standing out on crowded platforms like Instagram?
Wow, that is a very good question. And standing out on crowded platforms, actually every other platform is crowded. Even LinkedIn, that people perceive not so much engaged, it is also very crowded because at every time people are posting things. But how to stand out is one, highly define what we call your unique value proposition. Because that is what will ever, even not just on the digital space, it is what will ever make you stand out in any other platform. If you have your unique value proposition well defined, this is what you stand for, which is particularly different from whatever your competitors stand for. It will be easy, even as now you do whatever we call your brand story. When it is integrated there, your UVP, your unique value proposition, it will be so easy for you to stand out because people will not resonate with you because of the product that you sell, but because of that unique value that you are bringing to the market. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what's your advice for combining traditional and digital marketing strategies?
Wow, that is perfect. Last time we said digital marketing is not a replacement for traditional forms of marketing. It is a complement. Digital marketing has come to complement our traditional ways of doing marketing. And you realize that you need only that. Digital marketing is having a few advantages over traditional forms of marketing, like cost effectiveness. You realize that doing a post on my WhatsApp status is for free. But if I want to do a billboard just out here, I'll pay some good cash. So before I'm able to afford the billboard, I must first well utilize the WhatsApp that is for free, the Facebook that is for free, and such. So strike a balance and do your budgeting very well to understand how much to whatever in Kenya we call kutenga, how much you tenga for digital marketing and how much you tenga for traditional marketing, so that at the end of the day you'll achieve even your ROI. Yes.
Victoriana, which questions is developing in your mind when you listen to all this?
Yeah, I'll just take you back to the viewer who talked about being on different platforms.
Yes.
And you are talking about keeping it simple and remaining consistent.
Yes.
So now let's talk about this brand or business that is on every platform.
Yes.
And they're doing well on every platform.
Yes.
They have the organic viewership and their audience, all organic. So how does this business or this brand ensure that they don't overwhelm themselves on these different platforms? Because as you've said, creating content is not, again, simple. Yeah. So how does one ensure they remain consistent without avoiding being overwhelmed on the many platforms?
It is particularly the concept of starting small. and allowing yourself to grow over time. Such businesses that you're talking about haven't got there in a blue moon. If you track their progress, where they began and where they are today, it has taken a lot of time and strategy. I will overly emphasize the place of strategy. Yeah, because if you want to, not just for marketing, but to excel in any other dimension, like let's say today I'm adopting a new skill set in public speaking. What will distinguish me from all other public speakers? It is the strategies that I'm going to deploy. And the good thing about strategy, you keep on building on it. You cannot, as much as we usually say in business, get a strategic plan maybe for 5 years and such. You keep building on it because new things are also coming. And we also talked about the place of adaptability. So how they have gotten there, the biggest reason is one, starting small and allowing themselves to grow. Number two, the place of strategy. And number three, adaptability, adopting new changes and advancing with them. Yes.
Someone known as Francis Kamau.
Yes, I presume so.
Okay, say hi to Lewis for me, my former schoolmate.
Oh, nice.
Nice to see you in big arenas, and God bless you.
Wow, thank you so much, Francis.
Let's go to Dan in Umoja. Dan is asking, how can we use influencer marketing effectively?
There's something I said before about marketing, that for people to be convinced to buy your product, they need to see it and love it 7 times. It may not be particularly possible with your personal efforts because your network is as well very small. The same way I said what you know is very limited, even your network is also very limited. So for your products, for your services, for your business to go to some other levels, you need men of influence. You see? So the place of influencers may not be much left behind because you realize that a while back influencers used to resonate with people physically and such. If you have this big meeting, you invite a particular person, that meeting will be crowded. Today, they are moving crowds in the digital space online. So if you want to get to the next level, if you want to achieve that objective of reaching many people without going through the 7 steps, there is a catalyst. And the catalyst is what we call influencer marketing. Because these people already have, and they are already trusted by that particular group that you are targeting. But now the other thing is you must also be strategic because you may also consume a lot of money on influencer marketing, which is very expensive and still not achieve your objectives. So the place of strategy again.
Final question.
Yes, sir.
What's the role of AI in modern digital marketing?
Wow, AI is a game changer, if I may say so, because it is the wisdom of the day, and even the Bible talks about the wisdoms of the world. And currently we are talking about artificial intelligence, which is also growing at a very fast rate. So AI, whatever it has come to do, it is helping us reduce one, costs of operations, and number 2, enhance effectiveness. Because some of the things that were so tedious to do, we are currently doing them through just a prompt and a click of a button, and everything is done. So AI is going to enhance digital marketing the more. It is actually one of the, I called it a game changer. So you may not talk about effective digital marketing, ignoring the place of artificial intelligence. So again, to the place of continuous learning, because for you also to be an AI expert, you also need to expose yourself to a lot of information. So AI is a game changer in digital marketing. Yes.
So thank you very much, Lewis, for this insightful discussion on digital marketing.
You are most welcome.
And this is just a follow-up from the last discussion that we had. And in case the viewer didn't watch the first part, you can actually check it on Faith Today Television, on Facebook, on YouTube, and you'll be able to follow up the first discussion and then have the whole story. Thank you very much. Give us some parting shots to the viewer.
Wow, so the viewers today, I'm so delighted for even giving us your audience. It is always an honor to be of impact to you and your businesses. I mean, it is something wonderful for us to come here, interact with Dr. and Victoriana, and engage and contribute positively to your businesses. What I would call to us is, I have a revolution I call the Digital Champion campaign. I would encourage many of us. Digital champions are not people who particularly have achieved or excelled in big ways in the digital space, but them that are ready to take up and run with this conversation about digitalization, from digital businesses, digital entrepreneurship, digital skills, and any other avenue where digital conversation is relevant. So welcome aboard. Let's further the conversation. It's still your digital coach, Lewis Ndege. Thank you so much.
You can also talk about how they can get in touch with you, what you do.
Awesome. So once again, I'm a digital coach, Lewis Ndege. So Lewis Ndege is my name across all platforms, from Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and also on X. So you can reach me through those platforms. You can also have my phone number, which is 011 38 28 493. That is my number. You can also use our school number. I'm a trainer and a coach at Certitude Digital Training Center. Our phone number is 011 22 22 999. 011 22 22 999. See you then.
Thank you very much, Lewis. Victoriana, what's your parting shot?
Yes, to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in today. Continue to share this video to your friends so that you can continue growing yourselves, your brands, and your businesses in the digital space. And for me, my key takeaway today has been strategies. He talked about the red car theory, and I think that's the red car for me, the strategy. So remember to go back and look at your strategy so that we can all grow on the digital marketing space. Thank you.
Once again, viewers, thank you very much for engaging with us. As I had requested, please partner with us by liking, sharing, and subscribing, starting with the YouTube channel. You can check us out on YouTube by Googling Faith Today Television, and that's where you'll find us. Like, share, subscribe, and you really help us in terms of getting this message across. Until next time, God bless you very much. This has been Victorious. This has been Kingdom Business Network. Thank you.
The world is going digital. Are you ready? At Certitude Digital Training Center, we equip young minds with real digital skills like content creation, digital marketing, graphics, web design, and many more, both in person and virtually. Whether you are a student, hustler, or a dreamer, it is your time to rise. Certitude Digital Training Center, where digital champions are made. Visit www.certitudedigital.org or call us on 011 22 22 999. We are located at Wetavia, Juja, 2 kilometers opposite Mangu High School.